My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Melting Remnant Hellhaunt. Oh? I do think Melting Remnant Hellhaunt starting with double Molten Encasement and double Melting Imp, that's gonna work. That's gonna work pretty damn well. Sorry, I appear to have the hiccups. Little fade. Less enthused about that. Flesh Weaver has more stacks of mass than it usually would. Strix and Hallow with the Incant and Slay triggers. Ugh, that Slay is going to be a bit annoying. Because I really do want to chomp. Seraph Turnus, Chosen of Savagery, I mean, it's just cycle the Molting Imp. Non-banner units have deployable. Well. It does give us, you know, the Molten Encasements from turn 1. It gives me the Molten Imps, which I probably don't end up playing. Alternative is Winged Steel, which is card draw. I think I can probably make something ridiculous happen with the Departure Manifest, though. No. It's not Little Icarus. Sure, I want it to be. You want it to be. We both want it to be. It's not Little Icarus, though. Eternal Flame. Mind Muddler. Shouldn't be a problem for us at all. As long as I get the Slay on Paraffin Thug, nothing really matters to me. Nothing else really matters to me, rather. Yeah. Perfect. One more here. And I'm hoping I've given enough turns of stealth. I'll be fine. Little Fade the top line, Little Fade will die after that round. I can just drop Molting Imp on this line, it doesn't really change anything. And torch the boss. So I still get that plus 30 from Paraffin Thug. Might even reform him. I don't. Little Fade and a Molten Encasement. Easily finishes him off. Little Fade with 65 damage by that point, attacking it quick. I don't need another Molten Encasement. Wicklash for damage and burnout on the unit. Merchant of Steel has the Hellhorn banner, rather. Triple then, thank you. Do I want an AoE spell and event? Do I want a Welder Helper? Having a Welder Helper is nice, but if I've got all of these reforms and I've got an endless unit, like, am I going to be reforming imps? Am I going to be defending my frontliners? That doesn't seem likely. Take event. Oh, what? Quick and multi-strike both on offer there. I will definitely need to start a second line at some point, so I'll take a Horned Warrior for that. But multi-strike, Paraffin Dog. Quick, Paraffin Dog. Duplicate that Paraffin Dog. Okay. That's gonna be pretty ridiculous. Start a battle ending in his British floor? Sure, why not? God, I'm gonna get so much money. Money, me boy! Actually? I don't want to modify anything here. I want... Slap, slap, slap. Sloven Knight would survive, so one of the enemies dying before they ascend to the top. We get 120 gold from this top line this turn. Another 120. Like, I want to get 120 per turn. Really do want Little Fade to die, though. Also, I can send Little Fade up with Elbow the wall. Return at the moment. And this line already wins. Incredible. That's so much money. We just finished the... This is the second find, right? Yep, second find of the game. And I have 650 coins to spare. Excuse me? 775 coins to spend in Doomed Explosive. As the enemies get frontline larger, I'm gonna need more forced to get through it. Ritual of Battle is a really good way to get a lot of additional damage onto my multi-strikers. I really want to go to a Merchant of Steel so that I can find another unit to stand in front of the Hell-Horned Warrior so that I can set up a secondary line. So this is just a collection line and then Horned Warrior something. There is a lot of power on offer at a Merchant of Arms in a usual run. Sadly. We're playing Melting Remnant Hellhorns. There's a lot less value in Merchants of Arms. Multi-strike, Large Stone, Rage. Pretty important. Multi-strike for the Horned Warrior. Even multi-strike, Large Stone for the Horned Warrior seems pretty good. Well, multi-strike for Alpha Fiend would be really good scaling damage. The only problem with that... Alpha Fiend's not really gonna reliably scale if I'm just letting the Paraffin Thugs kill everything on the bottom line instead. I think I'm best utilized scaling off of my own things, like spells cast. I'll take Steelworker here, and then give Multi-Strike and Rage to the Horned Warrior. May even end up duping that unit. I want to Large Stone the Steelworker. I'll also roll here, ideally, Endless, and one size. Wow, we got it. We one-size the Steelworker. So now I can dupe a Horned Warrior and put that on the same floor as the Steelworker. Titanite. Steelworker, Horned Warrior, Horned Warrior. Bottom line is Paraffin Thug, sacrificial units in front of it. I probably end up going Capacity so that I can fit in additional chumps. I'm gonna remove both Spear Stewards rather from this deck right now. Actually, also a Shield Steward. I'm trying to minimize the amount of deployable cards that I have going out. Oh, should have checked this first. Oh. Well. Putting the spells in the same box is a really bad idea here. I think I'm just going to take the large mystery box. Resolving to draw out a unit. I haven't got very expensive units for that to do anyway. Yeah. Give me the mystery relic. Mystery draw relic, thank you. Flesh Weaver. I gotta say, I've got enough multi-strike that I feel pretty confident about this one. Paraffin Thug. Lil Fade. Then Steelworker, Horned Warrior. Yeah, that pump for Paraffin Thug gets all of the money on the bottom line that I want this turn. Oh wow, the only unit killing Lilvade this turn is Flesh Weaver. Yeah, I don't really have energy to spend on anything else at the moment. Well, the map. Gotta pop a couple of the wee beasties out of there, otherwise the Flesh Weaver is going to be really annoying. Actually, you'll ascend next turn if I put Lil Fade on the top line. There we go. I'm going to just triple torch the top line. Just, again, carving mass off of you. And that's because I know in the next 6 cards, one of them is the... one of them's the multi-imp, and then we also got a multi-imp from Large Mystery Box added to our hand. Single one of those clears the top line. Pure money of it all. I actually get more money if I just don't do anything here. Any additional unit I play takes away money I get. Good lord. There's no Pyre involved and this is the most money. Transcendent. Deployable when played. Trigger all summon effects from this battle. I mean, some AoE damage. It could take any additional imp that I store in there. There is also the Spike of the Hellhorn though. Apply 4x armor, 4x rage. And I think that'd be a really good scaling tool for us. This giving me, like, I'd need a fledgling imp later to then make the Transcendent really pop off for us. Give the Spike of the Hellhorn. I think I've probably got my units for the run. I think if I took a Demon Fiend, I wouldn't be able to play it. No, I've 100% got my units for the run. Capacity for being able to sneak in some additional units. It's 1,000%. The merchant trinkets with 890. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Huge. Maybe I end up giving Quick to the Horned Warriors. Maybe I give more multi-strike to a Paraffin Thug. Maybe the Steelworker gets another large stone. Sketches of Salvation. Given my own ability to destroy my own minions with Torch, yeah, I think it's fine. And Lost Luggage. Turn off the deployment phase, draw until you have 10 cards. Sounds good to me. Bing, bing, bing. Jack Strips. Deal 3 piercing damage whenever an enemy unit moves between floors. And Shattered Halo, clan cards only offer rares. I don't love the idea of only offering rares. I always love Jack Strips. There's nothing wrong with Jack Strips that Jack Strips can't fix. Oh. Kanyo, when you purge a card outside a battle, gain 75 gold. I removed way too many cards earlier for that to be a good idea for me now. Herkeo. At the start of battle, gain a calcified ember that converts to an excavated ember after not playing it once. Yeah, not bad. It gives me a spell that I can then upgrade pretty effectively, although, Grand Michel, non-champion friendly units gain plus 10 damage. At the end of combat, on all floors, 10% chance for this artifact to be destroyed. If I get to keep the Cavendish, which is obviously the second version of this that says non-champion friendly units have triple their base attack, and then also 1% chance at the end of combat for this artifact to be destroyed. If I get the Cavendish, after this is destroyed, and get to keep it for a while, Horned Warrior gets 30 additional damage. Paraffin Thug gets 80 additional damage. It's pretty big. We're just gonna go straight down the line of Eternal Flame. Yeah, you can restore health when you move up a floor. Again, when slash if. Yeah, additional energy so that I can deploy a Horned Warrior and a Molten Encasement is going to be our next pickup. Slays. Burn the calcified ember if I get the opportunity. I truly can't overstate how absolutely ridiculous starting with a Paraffin Thug that gets multi-strike quick immediately and then duping it from a Life Mother's Pyre is. I've never had this much money this early. Molten Entrapment. Every single reason under the sun. Stunning bosses especially. But also, if I let anyone, leave without dying, I can just daze them before they go to my pyre and have the Life Mother's Pyre with its surprisingly high base pyre attack damage. Take them out. March of Shields or Branding Rite both seem... I mean, I have one consume, actually. But March of Steel and Branding Rite both offer the ability to give additional shielding to Steelworker. Let me take Branding Rite. It's gotta be the Unstable Vortex removal, right? I've got so many spells that want so many different upgrades right now. And in terms of minions, yeah, I have minions that want upgrades, because they can all take one additional upgrade. But they want one additional upgrade. Remove Consume from the Spike of the Hellhorn's not bad. I'm also gonna go Holdover Reduce Cost Dripfall. Big reason for that is it will completely not invalidate. I'm just gonna have to ditch that side of the sentence. It will help a lot in the flying bosses fights. Plus 10 magic power for event, so I can cast it for 0 energy and still do 10 damage to everyone. Then -2 cost and consume for a Spike of the Hellhound. -1 cost permafrost for... I'm probably going to dupe that Spike of the Hellhound as well. I'll -1 permafrost the Mortal Entrapment. Spell Chain's a bit of a tougher one. If I spell chain Ritual of Battle now, I'm basically saying I have to give it -2 cost and consume next time I see it, but that is a really, really good hit. If I'm going to be duping Spike of the Hellhound, why not just, like, dupe it 2 times and then never need to use a Ritual of Battle? Maybe Spell Chain doesn't make sense here. I'm going to give Spell Chain to Vent just because of how much money I have. It's better used than not. Then we'll remove a Shield Steward... So deployables 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 deployables at the moment, so I should cut one of them. I don't think I need 2 Molten Encasements, but maybe I do. I certainly don't think I need 2 Molten Imps in this anymore. I'm going to dupe Spike the Hellhound once, and then I'm also going to go to the card duplicator and dupe it a second time. Plus 20 magic power and consume for a torch, sure, and then I'm happy to remove a torch and a primitive mold. I'm only okay spending that much money because I know how much money we make. They're going to haste to the top line. Kodo. Yeah, no, this is completely fine. Again, just... Wait, no, they're going to haste to the top line. I'm just going to set up on the bottom line. Everyone dies to jackstrips anyway. Molten Imp summoned and killed the enemies. Oh. Remarkable. I didn't think you'd do that. Okay, so big Spike of the Hellhound view. 1, 2, slap. 1, 2, slap. Yeah, perfect. Sadly, only 3 Slayers that turn. I actually have to vent the bottom line to get both of these Slayers on. Oh, there goes the Cavendish. Sorry, there goes the Grand Michel. Now we get Cavendish. Well, fewer slays right now than I'd usually get, and I'm pretty sad about it. I can't have that unit getting the slay. Okay, we still got a huge amount of money out of that fight, just not as much as all of the previous ones. Hallowed Halls. Kill all friendly units and then reform them on this floor until it exceeds capacity. No. Votive Ray? I don't draw enough cards each turn. Yeah. Into the box. Yes, please give me the Cavendish. Woo! 3 times base damage. Woo! Show me the heavy hitters. Show me the heavy hitters. The 3 times base damage really makes them pop off. Three additional deployment amber, thank you. Extinguished triggers an additional time, thank you. Odie's totem, not necessary. The additional deployment amber is actually way better. Friendly units gain 3 rage when they lose a sack of burnout, and when a friendly unit gains burnout, gains 3 additional stacks. I'll take both of those, despite expecting them not to do anything this run. And I'm gonna cut the Molting Imp from this deck and a Molten Encasement. Energy after this fight. Waterbury will distract the boss on the very top line. God, you're so good as a deployable unit against flying enemies. Fade, Thug, Steelworker, Horned Warrior, and then a Molten Encasement and Entombed Explosive. Beautiful. Couldn't have set it up better myself. I think I'm just going to torch down both of those Sharp-Eyed Snipers because I can't access the enemy backline. Transcendent and Welder Helper. Caravan Thug kills, and then the next one kills and kills. So, yep. Burn out that Calcified Ember, please. Yeah, Spike of the Hellhound is better spent here than not. And I hide behind shields and chump blocks. I don't need to worry about letting Strix get a slay here. Knowing my luck, I'm just going to end up with Gurg's Goad out of nowhere, and these Horned Warriors are going to pop off on the second floor. Not that they're not already doing it. I don't think I really benefit from dazing either of the bosses there. They're pretty much where I want them to do, where I want them to be, rather, doing what I want them to do. Far be it for me to punish that. Annoyingly, I am just killing streaks way too fast. Missed out on 3 extra full rounds of combat I could have had. Extinguish, return a random defeated unit to your hand. Play endless. No. The big thing I need to do is make sure that I have consistent ways of stopping AoE on that bottom floor for the final fight. I think I'd probably end up duping that vent. So I did want additional deployment ember, and then I got the artificial pyre stone. Vortivery is already going to get me full draw every single turn though, so there's no real benefit in going for the draw anyway, so I'll go for the energy. Good opportunity to get another heal from Merchant of Steel. I'll do it. This is probably going to be my final Merchant of Steel. Dualisson? I mean, dualism on one of the Molten Encasements does... In fact, the Molten Encasement does work really well. It's 14... I mean, yeah. One of you should probably just take the plus 14. Plus 15 damage, plus 5 health, and burnout 4. If I got quick, I would put it on a Horned Warrior, so I don't want to do that. I could give burnout and multi-strike for a Paraffin Thug and then just reform you later in the fight. You come back with 5 burnout. The only problem is then you have burnout, so then I have to make sure that you don't die in the relentless phase. I don't like that. Beautiful. Large stone for the Steel Warcore. And a quick. One of the Horned Warriors that's going to be on that floor. I'm going to give Rage to one of the Paraffin Thugs, health to the other one. Yeah, I think I just played the Zone of Shosh on the bottom line. I have no other room down there, so I might as well. I also do think I could get away with another Horned Warrior. Or even just 2 more Steelworkers. That'd be funny. Unnecessary, though. It's a one-size unit that's already just going to survive. That's enough. Next area has Merchant of Arms. I think I'll know more about what I want to do after the Merchant of Arms. The one with additional health is going to take down the Breath Stone for us. Vortivery takes itself out on the top line immediately. Like, the Horned Warrior is going to come in, gets to attack it for 59 plus 24 is 83, and then dies on the second hit. But then I can just revitalize you. I think I'm better off just playing these and then reforming them if I need. And when I say if I need, what I mean is when I need. Hell yeah, let's actually keep you alive. And then I'm going to vent the bottom line multiple times. Softens up this first go through. Vortivery, you just hit that Penitent Breaststone each turn. Thank you. Get him, Vortivery! A decent amount of slays on this bottom line. So Lil Fade is now doing 365 damage apiece, which is really nice. Spike, spike, I'll double vent as well, so that I don't have to deal with the deformed duos having run of the yard as they ascend. Also, it was very nice that they were there to help finish off the Lil Fade. And I'll even let them finish off Lil Fade as well. Basically getting 120 gold a turn. Not always. But most of the turns I'm getting 120. Remnant Host, deployable, extinguish, summon 2 draft units, or 4 draft units. And then those draft units don't really do anything, so it doesn't really matter to us. Skip. Bad ring right? Yeah, we got some armor. Probably ends up being enough to do some serious... No. It's an expensive spell I can't really afford to play. trinkets. First time you summon an imp unit each turn, gain 1, draw 1. Do not have... Oh, I do have imps in my imp in a box. 2 units get plus 30 health and burnout 4. It's not bad. I don't really need them to die suddenly, so I can do that. I'll take the Queen's Tail because you can. Spells get an extra operate slot. Gain 5 gold when a unit dies. Apply Endless the first friendly unit summoned each turn. No. Nope. I mean, yeah, it's you. Yeah, I rage room the bottom line. Which also does mean Zone of Silence is just not getting played. I'm gonna straight up remove that. And Iron Tongue, and then make it deployable. And then I just need to remove cards until I'm very comfortable I'm drawing that. And Entombed Explosive is way outside of its time. I don't want to get a second copy of the Molten Encasement, but seems like a bad idea, actually. I'll take Spike of the Hellhorn, sure. And then dupe one last card, and I'll dupe the Spike of the Hellhorn. It's always the big units in front, so it's fine putting the Horned Warrior at the back with the quick sweep. I do want Little Vade to die early as well, but I'll go for Vortivery first, actually. Rage Room at the bottom line. I'm gonna use the Drip Ball just so that I have access to it next turn. That's the entire bottom line down. Oh my god, we don't even lose the Molten Encasement. Good work, Higher Jumper. You gave me a bunch of energy. Now I can use that energy making a much more powerful unit. I'm struggling to find any turns that I want to daze the boss, because I usually just have a unit that I want them to kill. I'm going to short my draw next turn. I think Lil Fade's more important. It gets 120 extra damage every time it dies, the double extinguish trigger. Oh, this is a second Votivary. I got one from Departure Manifest. Give me more turns of stealth on this bottom line, thank you. I don't even really want to play that well to help her. Grand. There's no more time for Cavendish to die. I think if I have Cavendish in the final fight, I get to keep the damage that it gives my units throughout the entire final fight, even if it dies. Good lord, what a run! Giving me Light Mother's Pyre and a Paraffin Thug at the very start of the game. And then multi-strike quick in the first store. I mean, everything else that happened after, yeah, sure, it was pretty cool, but like, I could only afford all of this because of that. Wild. I shouldn't need to throw an Iron Tongue down on the bottom line this time. But do I still do it anyway? It's not like it was bad last time. Although I should probably get the sweep to be near the front this time. It was fine being near the back against Chosen of Savagery because it never puts low health units in the front line, but there's like misshapen fiends in the front line consistently in this fight and stuff like that. Vengeful Imp. Cool. Higher Jumper. And then one big spike of the Hellhorn. Yeah. And I really want to get that frontliner to be able to take out a 500 health minion by itself. This is super useful. I've got someone to chump on each line each turn. Double vent. Top line might as well. Should I super daze savagery? Would that even help me? Take a little less damage. Sure, why not? Just drip fall you down every turn. I mean, I'm yet to see the downside. I'm so sorry, Savagery, but you're not actually allowed to loot the train. Usually the problem would be that he's on the same line after you descend him enough times with other units. No unit leaves the bottom line. That's not gonna happen. Oh. Sorry, I've got a primitive mold in hand. Obviously, that's a... that's a tomb unit for the bottom line. I haven't got much health on the Horned Warrior. So it's really important that I keep it comfy. There we are. That ought to do the job. Oh, Lilve didn't die last turn. That's what happened. Dominion's basically got one more turn left. Ah, savagery. I imagine you've come to bargain? Beautiful. Big fade. Big fade. But also just like Horned Warrior, Molten, the double thugs. Good lord, these thugs. 5 copies of Spike and the Hellhorns that if you play it for 0, it still at least gives you 8 rage and 8 armor. 16 damage. The biggest steelwork there ever was. I love a run that has such an obvious direction from the very start. And it's just about honoring that direction rather than psyching yourself out of it. Really? Really? Nothing to say? Alright. Look, Maybe there should be a stat for most money earned in, the first turn, most money earned in a single turn, most money earned in this battle, etc. That'd be pretty cool. And there'd be something about this run to celebrate other than just how fun it was. Let's head back to the outpost. I'm going to tell you that my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist and all my content to the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of the thank tier. A special thanks this episode to Jousy. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.